This is a very classic picture where at the beginning of the year there is an HR head and there is a business head and the kind of conversations that they have between them. So I have experienced this kind of stuff. So what are your expectations from HR this year? That's what the HR head asked to the business leader. And maybe the CEO has just come from Harvard. He has probably heard Dave Aldrich, where Dave Aldrich has been making this point that HR is a strategic partner in your organization. And suddenly CEO feels, oh my God, I never realized that HR can be a strategic partner. I used to always treat HR as a cost function. So great. So he comes back in the organization and says, so I want you to play as a strategic partner. And HR gets very excited. What a transformation it must see after going there. So the HR lady makes all the strategy, what kind of OD interventions, how can I drive multiple interventions, and comes with the list and the plan. And look at the reaction of the business. I think business is going to be challenging this year. Can we look at these interventions next year? Now this is what happens. Have you guys experienced, heard this kind of stuff? So the expectation is you do this thing, but when you actually come up with, this is what I want to do. No. The reality is that let's business happen, and then probably when time is there, when money is there, which in business you never had, then we will do all this kind of stuff. So that's the state, most of the scenarios I have experienced, what happens. Now why this is happening, that's a very interesting question that we need to ponder. And I think today, the current reality, how the OD and the business, the relationship is there is something like this, oil and water. Where water is your business and you are pouring oil into the water to ensure that there is some synergy happening, but unfortunately what is happening is the oil is remaining separated from the water and it doesn't get integrated into the mainstream business. It remains nice to do, good to have, side-alone things happening parallelly, like in our school days, not now, but just go back to our 10 years back when we were into our school days. So academics was our mainstream, but the moment sports, personality development, extracurricular activities used to, I think may not be for your generation, but my kind of generation like Sushil and me or someone else. So all these activities were treated as what? Good to have, but it is not a mainstream school education. The moment the scores of the 10th standard of the school used to go down, start all these kind of things and let people be more disciplined and focused. However, things have changed now. Now it is more a mainstream activity even in the schools, this kind of activity. So same thing I think I relate with what HR or OD does and how the business treats it. But what we want to actually have is more like a milk and a water kind of relationship, where it is becoming more integral part of the business and not as a good to or nice to have kind of thing. So this is where I think if we can make that difference, I think we'll not only make difference to the organization, to our own self, but we can make a difference to the global OD space. And there's a huge opportunity. So some people say as a challenge, some people say as a frustration, some people say as an obstacle. For me it's an opportunity. The opportunity to transform the OD space not only in my organization but even at the global level. How business guys are looking at OD, that's a huge opportunity I feel, and we are at the wonderful time in this course where we can utilize that learning and make a really strong impact. How do we do that? Now let's try to understand a few cases. Now